Hey there, what you are looking at is my recently assembled AR, and what I intend to show you in this is how inexpensive it is to go ahead and build yourself instead of buying a full rifle, buying some pieces, putting it together. I'm not talking about a full-on, from the ground up build, but I'm talking about just buying a lower, buying an upper, buying your sights and your magazine, and coming in at a lower price with better equipment than buying a full rifle. And so I'll get into that by showing you the individual pieces and going over prices. Okay, so first step was the lower, and if you search for assembled lower receiver on Google, you'll find a bunch of different options. What I chose, and you'll find these on Brownells or find these on Midway, Palmetto, Anderson, all sorts of places. The first build I did was actually an Anderson. This one is a Palmetto. And so what this is their Freedom Freedom lower, and it is a Magpul grip, and it's not the base model. It's got storage inside the grip, and the buttstock is also a Magpul. It is adjustable. It's got storage in it, and it's also, this is an ACS in case you're wondering. It's got the wider cheek weld than a typical AR lower does, which I really appreciate. It feels better to me, and so that's what I put on. And this I got on one of Palmetto's what they call weekend specials, and it was $119.99. So there's a lower. All right, next came the upper, and what I did, since I was happy with the weekend special that they gave me for the lower, I went ahead with Palmetto again and got this upper. And this is their Freedom upper. You can see it's a stainless barrel. It's a 16-inch barrel, and it has a 13.5-inch hand guard, which I like. I like to put my my left hand out farther. I just like that grip a little bit better. You'll also notice that this is a free-floating barrel. The handguard is free-floating. It doesn't attach to the barrel in any way, which is supposedly going to give me better accuracy. And so it's definitely a step up. Notice that it did not come with a charging handle or bolt carrier group. It came just like this. But also note, and if you look at cheap ARs, you'll see this in some cases, that they'll come just to save every little bit, every penny they can. They won't put a dust cover in some cases they won't put a forward assist on there. This does have those. Next step after that, might as well go over it since I'm looking at this, is the sights. These are also Magpul, and these are flip ups. You can see that here. They're the M-Bus Generation 1, and they're a little bit bulkier profile than the Generation 2, but they cost less, and so that's what I went ahead and got. My intention is for these to be backup sights ultimately. So the upper itself was $279.99. Mind you, everybody, this is October of 2016, before the cataclysm that will be our election. Who knows what these are going to cost when you are actually watching this, but that's why I'm building it now. And the sights I found on Amazon, and those were for the set, for both of them, $79.99. All right, and then finally were the charging handle. That's this little guy right here, and the bolt carrier group, which is this piece here. And you'll notice that this is nickel boron as well, and so that's also a little bit of an upgrade. And those two together were, just looking at my notes here, $119.99. That was also a Palmetto deal. That was one of their weekend specials that I jumped on. And then magazine. You'll notice, if you're familiar with this stuff, that this is not a Magpul. This is not really a step up. It's just a regular old aluminum magazine. I actually got 6 of them, but I'll give you the price for one of them at $6.99. Same thing, that was a weekend special on Palmetto. I do intend, because I do a lot of prone shooting and bench shooting. I mean, this is a standard capacity magazine, holds 30. Yeah, I'm looking right at you, California. I intend to get some 20 round magazines because sometimes if I'm shooting off of bags or off a tripod, the 30 round mag will get in the way. And so I want some shorter mags just for that. I'll probably get a 10 round mag just for hunting. So that's all the pieces. And I'm going to go ahead and put this phone on a tripod and show you how it all goes together. It's pretty simple. Okay, so for putting in the charging handle and the bolt carrier group is quite simple. You can see that there's little bump outs on the side of the charging handle. That corresponds to little cutaways you'll find inside your upper. Just kind of set it in the channel that's there. You notice there's that little gas bump out on your bolt carrier group. That goes inside the charging handle. Kind of hard to describe. It's just really goes by feel, and the whole apparatus just drops in like that. And then it's simply a matter of mating the upper and the lower together. So you can see how that first pin goes on to the first hole there, and that pivots on. You just close that onto the rest of it. Close that pin right there. And take magazine, and there you go. You have got yourself a fully assembled AR. Sights obviously are just, you can use an Allen key or a flathead screwdriver to put that on, and bada bing, bada boom, fully functioning AR. So the total price for this, if you're keeping track at score, was $676.95. And so I looked on Palmetto, and even on their site, Palmetto stuff, fully assembled rifles without a rear sight, without a magazine, with a plastic handguard and a less expensive Magpul setup for the grip and the buttstock without storage in either one of them, was $699.99. So I'm saving money with better parts just by saving the excise tax, buying the upper and the lower separate, buying all the parts separate on specials and sales, and assembling it myself, which really honestly is not difficult at all. So there you go.